Hello, everybody. This is Landon 13 here, and today we're going to be doing a movie review on Jurassic World Rebirth, the seventh Jurassic Park film in the franchise, and the fourth Jurassic World film. So let's get into it, shall we? Now, this film is an absolute mess. From start to beginning, it was one of the worst films I've had the misfortune of watching. And let me tell ya, the story was all over the damn place. The characters, like before we even got to see the dinosaurs, the characters were just talking pretty much, and I didn't even know what the heck was going on half the damn time. I'm like, where's the dinosaurs? I want to see the dinosaurs. It's a Jurassic Park film. I want to see the dinosaurs. And I don't know, and it's just complete mess. And then we just get introduced to this family, and it's just like this is just unnecessary, really. It's like we already got introduced to these set of characters, but we have to throw in another set of other main characters. And it's like seriously. So our main characters are Sora Bennett, uh, Duncan, forgot his last name, and Henry Loomis. So they're pretty much on a mission to get three blood samples from each species of dinosaurs to basically, to pretty much find any, pretty much, I don't remember, but it's to pretty much cure all diseases. And I'm like, it's cool and no, but could you explain it a bit more? They did, but half the time the character was just, I had no idea what they were talking about. And we weren't even on this island yet. For most of the first half of the movie, the first half or something like that, we weren't even on the island. It was just on the ocean. We didn't even see the dinosaurs. We just saw the characters just talk and talk. It was dragged out a bit long. It's like, seriously? Come on. But when we do see the dinosaur action, it was actually worse. The Mosasaurus, the Spinosaurus, the Spinosaurus was teased to make a big return in this movie, and there was actually multiple of them, but they didn't really get much to do in this film. Other than they were just like circling this boat and then like just killing some people, eating them, and then that's it. The Mosasaurus didn't really get much. It was just like, oh, there he is right there, and he's like, oh, he's gone. He's gone. Now, the other characters, the family, do actually get rescued by our main characters because the Mosasaurus pretty much capsized their boat. And then they get separated again. Yay, separating. And it's just like unnecessary for the family characters. And it's like really unnecessary. I'm like more focused on the of Scylla Bennett and her team, like pretty much collecting the sample of the dinosaur's blood rather than his family, because this family are going to the abandoned facility where InGen used to be. I don't know, and it's just unnecessary. But there is and they're just following the pipes, and I actually did forget about them until we get a scene with them. But there is one scene they actually did with the family. The T-Rex. So the T-Rex doesn't really get much screen time in this movie. You you think Jurassic Park 3 suffers? Well, Rebirth suffers a bit, but the T-Rex does actually get a bit to do. Of course, when we do see the T-Rex, it's sleeping because it just got finished eating its meal, so it's pretty much just sleeping. And anyways, the dad's like, no, 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 no. He's like, don't do it. And his grown daughter's like just getting distracted, and when it actually inflates, behind the T-Rex sleeping, it goes down, and the T-Rex like, oh no, where's it gone? And it's just going to get a drink of water, pretty much. So it's acting like an animal, pretty much. But once it sees but once it sees the family, it goes on the hunt, and that's what I respect. The T-Rex is just hunting its prey, but they managed to escape from the T-Rex in the end. Now, the the river raft. Now, this river raft scene is straight off from the pages of Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park novel. So I really like that scene. That was the only good scene in the movie. I don't know because the T Rex is awesome, but that was pretty much it with the T Rex. And then the rest of the movie's just ah, and half the time with this movie, it didn't even feel like Jurassic Park. The only time when it felt like a Jurassic Park movie was the music or InGen. That's pretty much it. If if it didn't have like the Jurassic World logo in the marketing, it was like a if it was like a different name, then it probably would be like a different dinosaur movie. But this is a Jurassic Park film, so we have to be reminded. So they put the music there. Bloody hell! Uh, and the finale in the movie was just rushed and rushed. Like the characters get separated again, and then they all join back together, and then we get introduced to this big main bad dinosaur hybrid, the D Rex, and it looks bloody disgusting. Let me tell you, but it was teased at the beginning of this being this general big threat, but it was just sidelined. It was just like sidelined at the end of the movie. It was a waste. Like, at least with the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, they actually built them up and they actually made them like actual threats. The D-Rex, no. The D-Rex only gets like 2 kills in the movie. That's pretty much it. And they get on this boat and then that's it. The D-Rex just roars and just, I don't know what happened. The ending was bloody, just, I don't know. They got all the three bloods pretty much of like the different dinosaurs. One from the Mosasaurus, one from the Brachiosaurus with the long tails. I forgot the name, and one of the flying dinosaurs. I forget the name. I couldn't care less. They got all three of the blood pretty much. They got off the island in a boat, and at the end we just see the dolphins swimming beside them, and the movie bloody ends right there. Seriously, the worst. It just ends. At least with the other films, they actually end good, alright? This one, no, 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 no. My god, that was. And the main antagonist, I forgot his name, I don't care at this point. It's part of the company, Parker's Genetics. Now, I don't. He was like one of the most weakest villains ever. He didn't help that girl pretty much. He lies and then he just drives off and just leaves them. And then he mysteriously comes back in this Jeep car, what the hell you call it, and he gets eaten by the D Rex in a great gruesome fashion. And that's pretty much it for him. One of the weakest villains ever. He didn't even feel like a villain, he just felt like a generic character. And another thing with this movie is that for most of it, it looked green screened. You know how like shots you know how shots are like, can't explain it, but there's like shots of like when you see the island, it looked bloody green screened, to be quite honest. And I don't know, it's just so bad. And the dinosaurs, uh, not my favorite. This movie is just nah. This is just ugh. The T Rex river raft scene was the only highlight of the movie I liked because well, we get to see the T Rex. It was also it's quite alright, but the rest of the movie just suffered. Like too many characters, like seriously, and then we get introduced to like these side characters, and they just get killed off really quickly. I'm like, damn. The opening scene of the movie was actually brilliant. Like we see the InGen workers like in the facility pretty much creating these genetic hybrids pretty much for Jurassic World, I think, when the theme park was operating. I don't know what year that flashback took place in the opening, but the chilling opening where the man got killed by the D-Rex was absolutely brilliant. But the rest of the movie after that just suffers. Like, this isn't really a Jurassic Park movie. It's one of the worst ever. And for most of it, they were like on the ocean on like a boat, and they're just like talking, and it just dragged out too long. In like the previous films, they only talk for like a little bit, and then they're actually on the island. This film, no. We'll just make the characters talk so long, so you know that. And the characters splitting off, pretty much, it suffers. At least Jurassic World Dominion got it right, because there's two separate characters, two separate main characters that are like have their own stories, but then they eventually join forces in the finale. So at least Dominion got it right. This film, hell no, it didn't even get anything right. The characters were irritating. I don't know. It's just half irritating. This film just. Ugh. I don't really have much to describe the film. The title, Rebirth, I have no idea what the title means, really. I couldn't care less. Oh my goodness. This might be one of the worst Jurassic Park films ever. Seriously. Seriously. And I don't know, it just suffers, you know. It was one of the worst movies ever. But anyways, yeah, so that was my movie review for Jurassic World Rebirth. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but if I did, I'll probably talk a bit more about negatively about this movie. But this movie was absolutely the worst. From start to finish, it was just rushed. Well, it wasn't rushed, it was more like just slow. And the finale was absolutely just god awful. Build up their big main dinosaur just to have it sidelined up near to the end. Just absolutely wasted. The main characters were not. I just didn't like any of it. So, anyways, yeah, that was pretty much my review on Jurassic World Rebirth, one of the worst films in the Jurassic Park franchise ever. I wouldn't even give it a watch. Absolutely the worst. If I have to rate it, I would have to rate it a 1 out of 2. Or is it 10 out of 10? I don't know. A 2 out of 10, whatever. I just don't care. Yeah, one of the worst movies. If you want to watch it for yourself, go ahead. But I do warn you, this is very bad. So, anyways, that is pretty much my review on Jurassic World Rebirth. But if you did enjoy this review, make sure to click the like button. It's down there. Yeah, it's down there. So click like. Also click the notification bell. Hold on. Right down there. It's right down there. So you can get updated when I upload a new video. And make sure to click the subscribe button. It's right down there to become a Team 13. It really helps that channel a lot. But anyways, if you want to check out my other Jurassic Park and World reviews, they're actually on the channel. And if you want to check out my other movie reviews and my TV series reviews, they're on the channel as well. But anyways, yeah, that is Landon 13 signing off for now. Bye bye.